So for this second starter that I'm creating here within this English video, I would like to do something a little bit more simple than this one. So I thought we could include some of these flowers that I have used here already. So I have those here. These are made out of, I think, fabric paper mixture. I don't know. So I have this size, and I also, let's put them together like that so that we can compare the size. And I have this size. I think I want to have 3 so that I can choose what size I want to use, or perhaps we want to mix them up a little bit. I don't know until now, to be honest. And I also have this size, and I got these in a very, very cute Happy Mail. Okay, so I think first of all we have to decide which page in Susanne's journal we want to use to put this hidden paperclip to. And I think I want to go with some more neutral colors than this thing is for the page that I want to create now, or for the, yeah, the things around the paperclip. So let's see which page we could use. Ooh, this one perhaps. I think this background looks really interesting. I have put this little thing here for Susanne as a little surprise. In one of my last videos you have seen me creating this. I made this like a little belly band. I'm just thinking, but here's this blue. I don't know if I want to have this blue there. I also thought perhaps we could, ooh, that would work really well together. I thought we could perhaps take this material as the base for the paperclip. Perhaps, I don't know until now, but this is really big for here. Okay, so let's have this in mind, but let's see if we have something that works better for this thing. Oh, this would be great. This would be totally great. Okay, so let's try that. Decision made. Let's try this page. So I will just take some clamps to clamp this stuff down a little bit so that you can see better what I'm doing here. Okay, what can we do? So first of all, we have to decide where we want to put the paperclip and in which direction. I mean, if I want to use this thing, I have to tear this off. Sorry, Susanne. Let's try that. So I will take this for my journal, and I will bring this back into her journal as a memory of her first embossed paper. So I will try to use this in some way here. We could cut this thing here to have a little pocket somewhere. For example, here, so that she can put something inside, or perhaps I can write a little message to her and put that inside of the pocket, so that we have this material here, and then we would have this strip. If we would cut that here, we could include the paper clip and perhaps clip that here, and I think that is the solution. So first of all, we have to cut that. So let's see where. If we want to leave a little space of the page there and cover up not too much of this mandala. We would have to do it like this. So I will just tear this because this is torn as well, and not cut it like this. So this should be a pocket now. Okay, small, but that's cute. And then I think I will just take this notch punch here, try to get a similar thing like she has made here, so that we can put this here. And I think I will just glue it like it is. Oh, I always have some problems with those pockets that have 2 layers. As you can see, this has 2 layers, of course. She has made it that you can also use it as a flip out or something like that. But if I would put that here, this paper on the back side would be totally not necessary for a pocket. This would be not shown in the end. It's wasted material, for my opinion, in my eyes. And this would make the journal even more bulky than it is now. So I'm thinking about a better solution for this problem. I think we could also take this apart and put another pocket here, so that we have one here and one there, and that we can use both of those embossed, ooh, that's strong, pieces. Oh, she has used a really strong glue. But let's see. Oh, Susanna, I'm so sorry. I'm just trying to give you this memory back. I mean, it's such a strong thing to have your first embossed paper. And I know you have waited so long until you could decide to buy this machine. And I want this for you here. That looks cool. Yep. Okay, so we will glue that down here. Okay, so since this is really, really thick here, I will just add this thing here and staple it. Hoping that it looks not so strange on the other side. But I think that's okay. And I know that Susanne likes those stapled things, but now why is it so, oh my goodness. Okay, so you have to leave. You have to stay here like this now. Oh my goodness. Can you see that? Arg! Okay, so that was totally not planned, but we have to live with that now. Okay, so I think that that's Bollenhut style. Sorry, Susanne. Oh my goodness. Such things don't happen in your own journal. Such things only happen in journals of someone else. That's a fact. Can I staple this here as well? Okay, I think that's okay. Okay, so now we have this piece left. And we could take the more interesting part for the top. I think that would be this part. Yep. And just open this here as well. And I will do it a little bit more aggressive now to make this look more grungy. And now we could turn this into our paper clip, and later on we could clip that here. That's the plan. Or does that look strange when this is in this direction and this is in this direction? Shall we also put this thing then? Come on. Yeah, I think so. I think that looks way better. That makes a little headache for me. But this way round, it looks not that interesting here than on the other side. We will take it in this direction. Okay, so we have to put the journal away now because we have to include a paper clip into this thing. So I will choose a paper clip that's not too thick, but a big one. So do you know what I mean? That the proportion of this whole thing and the paper clip is not too strange. If the paper clip would be too small, then this could be perhaps not so sturdy. And if the paper clip is too big, then it's automatically a little bit thicker because of the material. And when that goes inside of these both things here, I think that could be a problem. And now we need something that we can put inside here, because I have to put a second layer of paper inside so that the paper clip can go in between of these both things. And I thought we could perhaps take this thing here. This comes from 49 Dragonflies shop as well as many of the other things that you have seen us using during this series here. And I think it looks really cool if something of this is peeking out behind of this embossed paper. Of course, I don't want to steal the attention away from this embossed paper. It has to be the focal point of, no, not the focal point, but the main thing of this paper clip in the end. Even if we add some additional things to make this work. So let me just check how we can do that. So I will first tear this off. And by the way, if you want to go shopping in Barbara's shop, 49 Dragonflies, then you can use a promo code that she has given to me for you. You can find that promo code down below in the description box. If you use that at the end of your ordering process, you can get 10% discount in her shop. So please check that out. If you want to have something nice from her shop, some digitals, then please check that out and use it. Okay, so I think we can do it like this, and then we just tear this, and then we could put this inside here. And now it looks some kind of strange, I know, but I'm getting an idea. Okay, so I have to grunge up this paper a little bit. How can we do that? I think we will first tear that a little bit here and there. Since I have teared that with my ruler already, it's already really, it has really rough edges. That's good. But I want to have this a little bit more extreme, so let's try to do it like this, and on the other side as well, because that will be seen on the other page, of course. And then Perhaps we could do that here even a little bit. Oh, I get another idea now. Perhaps if we do it like this. And then, first of all, we have to grunge that up with some ink. I think we are going to use, what do we want to use today? I don't want to use coffee because on the page in the journal there's already really much coffee things going on. I think we are going to use this walnut stain Distress Oxide ink. Shall we add a little pop of color, or shall we stay really neutral? I will decide that later. Okay, so first of all, let's go over these areas here with the ink pad. I'm using this directly from the ink pad here now because I think, yeah, I want to try some different techniques with my ink pads as well. In the past I have often put the ink to my acrylic block and then spritz a little bit of water and then press that to my projects. That of course also would work, but I want to try different things and see how different this whole thing can look if we do it in a different way. So now I'm spritzing the water and let's see what happens. Okay, so that moves not so well, but looks really interesting. And I think this blue, this oxide reaction from the walnut stain is some kind of blue, and I think that would fit really well to the rest. I think it's also good when it's not too brownish, but my these little folds that I've just made, they totally disappear because this is too wet. I've spritzed too much water, but I will get them back while I'm drying that, I think. So I will now dry that with my heat gun, and while I'm drying it I will crumble it up a little bit again so that the folds can stay there in the end, hopefully. Okay, so this was really interesting. When I dried the front, I realized that it is really hard to get those folds back as they were before, but I think this looks really, really interesting and totally different than when you put the ink to your acrylic block and then to the paper. On the back, as you can see, I've decided to leave it relatively flat because here where I have folded it before, it makes this incredible thing, and I really, really like this effect. This bluish grayish thing that you can see is this oxide effect of the walnut stain. Why the heck is this so orange? But I love it. I'm totally in love. And I think I want to try to get this effect even more to this paper. So what have I done before? I have folded it and then put the ink on top. And that's the crazy thing about Distress Oxide ink, because it reacts sometimes totally different depending on the paper that you have, and of course depending on the technique that you are using for that. So here we are trying to get the same effect. Hopefully I'm not destroying this whole thing, otherwise I have to print the printable again, but that would be also not such a problem. Okay, so now we have that. I will fold it like this so that it is relatively flat. Would that make a difference? I don't know. And now let's spritz some more water. Let's see if we can get a similar effect to these areas here, and I think that will work totally fine. Let's wait a little bit. And this is relatively wet now, so I think but it seems to be not yellow, not so yellowish like the other one. Here it begins to become yellow, but here not. I mean, here it is already really yellow. Yeah, let's see. I will dry that. That's more than interesting, I would say. Those orangey, yellowish areas are here around this paper. I mean, it's like a frame. Some of this orange came here out of this bluish, grayish areas. Isn't that strange? I really, really like this result. Okay, so we have this, and we will, of course, cover up a lot of this when we do it like that. But I think that makes it even more interesting when not everything of this can be seen here. But I'm a little bit, you know. That's so cool. I haven't expected that this turns out so cool. Can we make that perhaps even a little bit longer so that more can peek out there? Oh, if we make it like this, it looks like this is some kind of a tuck spot or something like that, where this paper is in. Okay, we can do that. We can, of course, do that. The paper clip goes... Where's my paper clip? Where is my paper clip? Oh, here. So the paper clip can still go in between the both papers here. That would be totally no problem. To have enough space to attach it. But to make this look like it is a pocket, I would say I have to sew here, here, and here, and on the back as well. Okay, so here we go. I've used this greenish thread to make it not too popping out, but I think this is not enough grunge for this project, and I'm wondering if this is too long now. Oh my goodness. No, we can manage that. Like this. Yeah, I think we have to go around with something. Perhaps a black pen, or even perhaps some white gesso or something like that, because I don't want to have it too dark. I mean, this paper is really massive, and I don't want to have it too dark. Even if I know that Susanne likes black really, really much, but I want to try white gesso to make it not too extremely. So let's see. I will try that here first, around the other pockets. Oh, yeah, I think that's what I want to have here. It's also this feeling of what would she do now? If she would work here in her own journal, what would she do? And I think perhaps she would do something similar, but perhaps she would do it in black, but yeah. So she can see how it looks if she would use white instead of her black woody pen that she loves so much. Okay, so I think I will quickly dry this. Okay, so I think now we can bring these both pieces together so that it is a paper clip. I will take this paper clip and put it here. And I will, normally I would do it by taking it out of the journal. But in this case, I think I can see better where this has to go, where this paperclip has to be. I think we can put it even more like this. And I can feel if this can hold to the page when I have it here, because this can't be like this. Do you know what I mean? Then it's too far in the journal. So I have to make sure that even if the paperclip is like this and this part of the paperclip is out of this page, it ends here, as you can see, hopefully. So I can check if that can hold, even if it's so far out of the page. Oh my goodness, I don't know if you can understand what I'm thinking, but hopefully. Okay, so now we have this here. I think we have to put a second paperclip here to the top. I'm just realizing that, because otherwise I think that would be not so sturdy, but let's see how we can do that. I think I have an idea. This would be okay if it is like this. So that means we can now glue this. So I will, I think, glue the front side first, and for that I'm taking the journal like this and flipping this like so, and then I'm putting my glue here, and now I have to check how far is this going, approximately like this. And of course now you have to put the glue only here to these areas where you want the top paper to be glued to the other one. Be careful that you don't glue it to your page. I've experienced such shit very often. Should work now. And now when you have this position, you can take this off and glue the rest here on your table where you can handle it easier. So here on the other side we do it the same, and I will put just some glue here on the very top, on the full length of this whole thing, to make sure that it can't fall apart, but only here in this little area. And now it would be good if you have a paper like this. So this is some kind of, yeah, you can use baking paper or something like that, so that you can put your paper clip to this thing now, so that if the glue is coming out somewhere, that it will not stick to to each other. So this paper is just for protection, so that this piece and the other one can't stick together while this is drying and the glue is perhaps coming into areas where you don't want it. Okay, so I will just let this dry, make a little break, and think about how to decorate the rest of this thing, because I have something in my mind that I want to try out. I'm not sure until now how this will end, but let's see.